So I stole money from my mom when she's away, and I brought it to my neighbor's prostitutes who had group many of us children, and it became my secret lifestyle. Welcome back, viewers. At the Evil Forest initial angle, we had very high expectation. We had high expectation that we are going to see instantaneous healing miracle that will put an end to my long-standing childhood sickness. So we are willing to endure all the fear, terrifying fear for a child. I and my brother constantly held each other's hands. All kinds of strange noise, movements. It was a very frightful period for both of us. My mother stayed close. We all stayed close to the native doctor. And all through this ritual, we were really I was praying inside me, even though I didn't know God, that God, keep me alive through this episode. And at the end of the ritual, we expected something dramatic to happen. But at the end of the ritual, nothing happened. The native doctor failed to deliver on that instantaneous miracle that we were expecting, a miracle of healing. We left that evil forest back to the native doctor's house, and he said we should go. That in a few days, my mother is going to see her son completely healed. And as we were leaving, something in my heart told me my mother has been scammed again. She has been deceived again. So I now became upset. I was upset with all the 21 native doctors that have scammed my mother. And I was upset that my mother was losing a lot of resources and was not getting value for her money. And I did not know when I screamed to the hearing of my mother and to my brother. I said, I'm not going to another native doctor again. That I believe that there is a God who created the heaven and earth. And if that God can't heal me, I'm ready to die rather than continue this torturous journey of one native doctor after the other. And I looked up to God and I said, I know you exist and I know you can heal. Miraculously, as if God was waiting for me to utter those words. From that moment, I became stronger by the minute. And within 1 week of uttering those words, I was completely healed. I became absolutely normal. I regained myself, my strength, and I began to regain weight. I didn't tell you that I was very bony and skinny. I hated looking at my childhood pictures because I looked like a Kwachoko victim. But 1 week after, I began to look like a normal child. I began to look more healthier. I became more handsome. And every food I eat, you can see the value on my health. God healed me where no native doctor could heal me. Where the 21 native doctors that have scammed my mother could not do the job. Trusting in God delivered big time on my healing. And I became completely healed of that strange ailment. And I became normal like every other child. Once I discovered that I'm now healed, I'm now normal, I now have the strength of every other normal child. I now decided to begin to catch up on all the fun going on around me that I missed out because I didn't have any energy to take part in them. One of the fun that was happening in Agrigo Waterfront was preteen sex, childhood sex. It was rampant for children to be involved in sex. It was everywhere. I joined the peers and I began to also indulge in this childhood sex with the girls in my neighborhood. And I need to mention here, our neighbors were prostitutes. And because they are prostitutes, they have no conscience, many of them. They preyed on young children when they don't have customers. They would lure young children and give them all kinds of promise or fantasy. They build a fantasy world. They say, I will take you to heaven and back. Then they are going to give us the kind of pleasure of a lifetime we've never experienced. And the catch was, go and steal money from your father and from your mother. So I stole money from my mom when she's away, and I brought it to my neighbors, prostitutes, who had group sex with many of us children, and it became my secret lifestyle in Agri Road, Waterside. And it was a horrible life to live because we went to have intercourse with prostitutes without any protection of condom. And this continued for a very long while. And the devil must have thought, this is my property, I'm going to have as much fun with him, and when I'm done, I will send him to the hottest place in hell. As we return back, I'm going to tell you in the next episode on how I got delivered from the Agri Road Waterside, or the waste dump.
Viewers, did you catch how Buma was healed of that childhood sickness that lasted 7 years? He called on Almighty God. The Lord delivered. But what did God get out of all his efforts in Buma's life at that point? This is exactly how we all have treated God. He's faithful, he's loving, he's kind, he's compassionate, he's merciful. Immediately he delivers us, we just tell him bye-bye. Please allow us to enjoy ourselves. Childhood sex. But the mercy of God is forever. This story did not end at that point. You will hear more from Buma. Please keep date with us. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Send these videos to your friends. Let us receive your comments. And that will help us to do better. Thank you very much.